Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is what we're eating tonight, and my name is Chris. If you hadn't met me yet, I'm glad to have you here. Show you how I was able to cook these. So as you see, today's a windy day today, but let me just show you what we're going to do there. The grill is already getting hot. We're letting it warm up to this temperature. Let's go ahead and get our chicken ready and get it ready to go. So we're going to cook a whole chicken today. And we're gonna do some chicken thighs. So we're just gonna make it a real easy day today. So let's see what happens here. This is almost a 5 pound chicken. And you know, when I was growing up, we bought chickens. You know, we thought a 3 pound chicken was a big chicken back then. But now I've seen chickens as much as 7 pounds. I think they're little turkeys and stuff. But yeah, I was able to find a smaller one here. And we're just gonna take care of it here. Let's put my gloves on, huh? Let's stop this. It's a windy day today out here. We're outside in the grill. It's it's that time of year. I've been out working in the garden, trying to get my garden ready. We'll show you some of that thing a little bit later on. But we're in the process here. Got a lot of things going on. My wife Vicky is planting flowers around, so we got some flowers things going on. Got some seedlings. I made another flower bed this week and got it planted. So now let's talk about this chicken. This is a whole chicken. We're just gonna cut it open and cut the backbone out of it. I got the grill getting hot already, so let's just take care of this bird. We're gonna cook a whole chicken today, and then we're gonna turn around and cook some chicken thighs and barbecue them. The old-fashioned way, kind of like I used to do when I was earlier on in my life. So let's just get this done then, huh? Crack him open, lay him out flat. That's what we're gonna do with him. Leave him alone. We got him ready. We're gonna season him up and get him ready to go. And then the chicken thighs are just gonna be seasoned. We're just moving right along. So. It's amazing, you know, I know some of this chicken is not organic type stuff like we think they are. When I was growing up, we had organic kind of chickens mostly. They had just started, you know, I'm 70 years old. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, you haven't met me on here, I've been on my channel before. I'm Chris, and so glad you're here and hang out with me for a few minutes. So let's get some seasoning on this, and then we're gonna go put him on the grill, and we're gonna cook some sausage this afternoon with some chicken. And of course, I want to do some hamburgers later on and just show you how I do hamburgers. We're gonna make it plain and simple. You know, it's not real hard. And you know, we think a lot of times about barbecuing and grilling, and it's a big process, but it's really not. So I'm just trying to keep it simple. So hang in here to the end, and then we'll show you what we got going on later on. And just kind of like and subscribe and follow me on through today. I'm just using Texas dust. It's called a backyard pimp. It's one of my favorite seasons for chicken. And I just put it on here. Like I say, the wind is blowing really heavy today. We're going to get a little bit on here. I think we'll take it over to the grill, and I'm putting it in the grill. We'll finish putting the seasoning on it over there. So let's go put it on the grill, and we'll finish seasoning in there, okay? As the grill's coming up at temperature, we've got the chicken on here. Let's put some more seasoning on him. These are chicken thighs. We'll season them real heavy. I'm gonna cook them skin side down for a little bit. I grew up in North Louisiana over there, and my cousins and uncles, some of them had chicken farms, and they raised them in these big old chicken houses, and they raised all these chickens, and You know, back then it took about 6 or 8 weeks to get a chicken raised to 4 pounds. And I talked to some of them here last year, and they were talking about how it's really changed. And I'm gonna leave that there. Chickens nowadays, I don't think it's a good idea, but anyways, it's what it is. They're taking these chickens and putting them in a chicken house, and they're taking them out in about 3 weeks at 4 to 6 pounds. Can you imagine, in 3 weeks? So that's the way they're raising these chickens. They raise them in a big house, a chicken house, and they've got them all in there. They got the brooders in there when they're really small, and then they bring those brooders, raise those up out of the way, and they raise them in these big. They've got air conditioning and heating there. They really doing and just feeding them. So all they do is walk around and eat food, and not a bad life, right? So I guess maybe that's what I'm doing these days. But anyway, so it's just amazing how much how the times have changed and how quick they cook these things. So I've got these on. Let's close the lid, and we'll get back with you a little bit later here. This chicken is getting ready. We're gonna put some barbecue sauce on these thighs, but I tell you what, let's do some hamburgers first. Let's put the hamburgers on, and they're ready right here. Just wash my hands again. At one time, I had a safe food handling card. It's just kind of expired. These are homemade patties. They're handmade. We've already got the seasoning in them. Got one more in here. Let's get this foil out of the way. Just take this right here. Okay, we got those on. And I'm gonna paint some barbecue sauce on these thighs because I really like that stuff. I'm using old fashioned. This is something I used to do years ago when we first got married. Man, that's been 50 years ago, but this is a original, craft original. I just need to do this every once in a while. I do different barbecue sauces. I'm really liking the different ones at the time, but I keep coming back to this one on my chicken thighs. It just does a great job. Now on the whole chicken, we're not going to put any sauce on it. I'm going to pull it. I'm going to take it apart and put it in a bowl, and that's going to be my lunch for next week. Probably some of these will be for tomorrow as well. But yeah, we just cook them up while we're here, right? Get them ahead of schedule. So let's let these cook just for a few minutes, and we'll come back and paint some more on and see what happens. Flip these over. Let's put some more sauce on them. The hamburgers are cooking really well. It's time to flip them down and move them around. We want to get them kind of going on that side. We don't want to flip them too early or they'll start coming apart on us. I pulled a wing off of there. I'm sorry. Couldn't help myself. Whoops. Those are looking so good. Those will be the best. I really like the thigh. Got that good meat in it. I'm gonna flip this wing over. I normally don't do this to wings. I usually put hot sauce on them, but I just couldn't resist today. Got to try something a little different. Since it pulled off, it was so ready. It just had to come off. So here we are. We're gonna lay this back on my foil paper over here. Grab my spatula. Let's see what it looks like back here. Yes, those look good. Gonna move them down just a little. Grill is nice and hot. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Got those good grill marks going. These will be ready to eat just a few minutes. We can eat these. Let's close that lid and stop that smoke. Just let it smoke for a second. This lid will put that fire out so it's not scorching them, but that's Burger King's way, right? Got that kissed by flame, or flame kissed hamburgers, so here we are. We got flame kissed. I'm gonna step inside and get us some foil paper to put these on, and we'll be ready to start taking them up here just real shortly. Here we go, let's pull these up. Look at that smoke. We have medium hamburgers. We are ready to eat these. Look at there. Set this on. I'm gonna set them in the warmer side over here. We can keep them warm. And we'll paint some more barbecue sauce on here. Just let that thing rock. So, here we go. More barbecue sauce. There we go. Can you see those? Look at that. Those are so delicious. There's that chicken. Like I say, I'm gonna pull him apart. We got some smoked sausage over here. And there's our hamburger patties. We're ready to eat. We're gonna take this inside and we're gonna do our thing. We're gonna eat our dinner and we're gonna enjoy this. And like I said, we're gonna have hamburgers tonight.